This next cojones goes to a man who's dear to my heart for standing up for stand-up. When dozens of Netflix employees walked out over Dave Chappelle's reckless decision to perform comedy on his comedy special, CEO Ted Sarandos could have pulled the special and replaced it with more episodes of Who Wants to Watch Koreans Get Killed. But instead, he reminded his Netflix employees that comedy exists to push boundaries and told them if you'd find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you. So, for making the phrase, "Don't let the door hit you in the ass," never sound better, this is for you, Ted.
You can't say much these days without someone trying to ruin your life over it. A wrong joke, a clumsy comment, even a harmless opinion, and boom, you're trending for all the wrong reasons. Bill Maher has made that hypocrisy his favorite target. Whether you agree with him or not, he's built a career out of calling out fake outrage. This time, he's taking direct aim at the people who've crowned themselves moral gatekeepers, the Hollywood elite, the Twitter mobs, and the campus activists who treat being offended like a hobby. Maher says he's done watching it happen, so he's flipping the script, literally turning cancel culture into an award show for courage instead of conformity.
So that was the point of the evening. How do we take a stand against cancel culture? And I suggested, since we were mostly all in show business, that we start an award show to honor the brave people who have fought back. Well, I got to tell you, the idea was met with great enthusiasm by everyone. And in short order, different people were suggesting the ways that their varied talents could be put to use. And then, of course, being Hollywood, nothing happened. But it's still a good idea, so I'm going to do it right here, right now. And not only that, we're going to do it every year.
Think about it. We celebrate celebrities for pretending on camera but never for standing their ground. That's what Maher wants to change, honoring the few who refuse to apologize just to stay relevant. Take J.K. Rowling. She built a literary empire and inspired millions to read, yet the moment she voiced an opinion outside the accepted narrative, she became a villain overnight. Her books didn't change, just the mob's mood did. The people who grew up on her stories now want her erased. Maher calls that what it is, a digital witch hunt, fueled by hashtags instead of torches.
But there's no getting around the fact that what was on the mind of the liberals that night in Brentwood, or wherever we may have been, was that the most powerful witch hunters now were coming from Twitter, the Ivy League, and the progressive left. J.K. Rowling used to be a villain to the right because she wrote books about witchcraft. Now she's a villain to the left because she has the crazy belief that there's more to being a woman than pronouns and lipstick.
And Rowling's not the only one. Elon Musk went from tech messiah to public enemy the moment he stopped echoing Silicon Valley talking points. Joe Rogan was celebrated for being open-minded until he questioned the wrong sacred cow. Even Maher himself, once adored by progressives, now gets labeled problematic. The pattern's obvious. Loyalty only lasts as long as you obey. Step out of line once, and you're exiled. That's the twisted logic of cancel culture. It doesn't forgive, it forgets you existed. So Maher's response. Applaud those who say no. His first example, Martha Pollack, president of Cornell University.
Our first award goes to the president of my alma mater, Cornell University, Martha Pollack. This month, students there demanded trigger warnings before all the lectures in case any of the adult subjects you specifically went to college to learn about came up. And Martha said, yeah, no, we're not doing that. She didn't cave in or hire a new dean of sensitivity. She just said, no, college is for introducing you to new ideas, not for kissing your and making you feel wonderful and always.
College is supposed to be the place for uncomfortable ideas, right? Not anymore. Students now demand trigger warnings before a lecture, as if education itself is dangerous. But Pollack refused to play that game. She told them flat out, no. No new dean of sensitivity, no emotional padding. College is for learning, not hiding. And Maher points out that one simple no takes more guts than half of Hollywood's award season speeches combined.
You're thinking of brunch with your parents. I'm just amazed at how this generation can simultaneously be too sensitive for anything distasteful and somehow also so into eating.
Maher argues that if more universities acted like Cornell, we'd raise thinkers, not professional victims. This generation claims to be rebellious, yet the moment someone challenges their worldview, they crumble. They'll post wild content online for clout, but can't handle an opposing opinion. Next, Maher highlights a case that perfectly sums up the Trader Joe's controversy.
Our next award goes to the place where many Cornell grads will be working next year, Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, who for years have been selling a line of ethnically themed products, trading on the name Joe. For example, they have Trader Jose's beer. So, of course, one teenager on Twitter heard the word Jose and said it was racist, and then there was a petition, and then Trader Joe's management did the right thing. They burnt down all their stores and killed themselves. No, they didn't. They said, "F off, you oversensitive little sh."
For years, Trader Joe's sold products under fun, themed labels like Trader Jose's. Nobody cared until one teen on Twitter decided it was racist. A petition went viral. Everyone expected the company to cave and apologize. But Trader Joe's didn't budge. Their response was short and brilliant. "We're not changing the names. They're not racist." That was it. And you know what happened? Nothing. Sales stayed strong, customers kept shopping, and the mob moved on 2 days.
Had a life and a sense of humor and released this statement. We disagree that any of these labels are racist, and we do not make decisions based on petitions. You see how easy it is? So to the home of the 19-cent banana, here, have some nuts.
That's the secret. Cancel culture only wins when you hand it power. If you simply stand firm for a few days, the outrage dies because the mob gets distracted by the next trending scandal. Maher's message: stop apologizing for things that don't need apologies. Because the mob doesn't want understanding, they want obedience. And once you kneel, they'll never stop demanding you do it again.
Just like there's a long list of liberal celebrities who swear they'll go if a Republican is elected, and no one ever does. Miley Cyrus once said, "I am moving if Trump is my president. I don't say things I don't mean." Here she is looking miserable, having to endure America at the Grammys last Sunday. I guess she flew back from Tajikistan.
Then Maher turned the lens back on his own backyard. Hollywood. The capital of virtue signaling. Remember when half of them vowed to leave America if Donald Trump won? 4 years later, not a moving truck in sight. They're still sipping champagne and giving lectures about morality. It's all theater. They sell rebellion but live for applause. Maher says these aren't heroes, they're performers. Their beliefs shift with the crowd.
In 2016, Eddie Griffin said, "If Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa." Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez still here.
Maher's favorite example. Comedy itself. Stand-ups like Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Joe Rogan, and Rob Schneider all dragged for jokes. But comedy's supposed to challenge us. That's where truth hides, in the uncomfortable laugh that makes you think. When outrage dictates what's funny, we lose the last honest space left in culture.
This next cojones goes to a man who's dear to my heart for standing up for stand-up. When dozens of Netflix employees walked out over Dave Chappelle's reckless decision to perform comedy on his comedy special. CEO Ted Sarandos could have pulled the special and replaced it with more episodes of Who Wants to Watch Koreans Get Killed. But instead, he reminded his Netflix employees that comedy exists to push boundaries and told them if you'd find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you. So, for making the phrase, "don't let the door hit you in the ass" never sound better, this is for you.
Maher even mentioned Ben Stiller and Tropic Thunder, a film constantly attacked by online critics. Stiller's response: "I make no apologies. And guess what? He's still successful. Still working. Because courage works. The mob can't actually ruin you if you don't let them."
You know, when movie lovers get together these days, one phrase that comes up a lot and always makes me sad is, "Yeah, you couldn't make that one today." Top of that list is the great Tropic Thunder, which these scolds have been after for years. But in February, Ben Stiller tweeted, "I make no apologies for Tropic Thunder. It's always been a controversial movie since when we opened, proud of it and the work everyone did on it." See, people, it's not that hard. He said it, and he still got a commercial. And the lesson is, if you stand up to the mob for just a day or two, their shallow, impatient, immature, smartphone-driven, gerbil minds will forget about it and go on to the next nothing burger, and you still will have your cojones.
That's Maher's closing argument. Cancel culture is an illusion. A storm of noise that only matters if you bow to it. The moment you refuse, it fades. He's not defending bad behavior. He's defending free thinking. Courage, not conformity. Whether it's a university president, a grocery chain, or a comedian, resistance works. Maher's challenge to the audience: stop giving outrage its oxygen. Defiance isn't dangerous. It's essential. Lose that, and you lose comedy, free thought, and common sense itself. So, what do you think? Is Maher right that cancel culture's only as powerful as we let it be? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who still thinks Trader Joe's needs rebranding. Because if there's one thing cancel culture can't stand, it's people who stop being afraid of it.